JAXXON is now having one of the biggest sales of the year. It's 20% off all men's chain stacks. Head to JAXXON.com.
When it comes to chains, I only wear JAXXON. What's up? It's your boy Rampage JAXXON. Welcome back to another episode of Fade on Site with Bear, and we got a very special guest, our very first jiu-jitsu practitioner, Nicky Rod.
Thank you.
Hey.
A pleasure to be here.
Hey.
It's good to meet a legend like yourself, Mr. Rampage.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yep.
Thank you.
I feel like I growing up, I was a big fan of martial arts, and you're definitely one of the first guys I've seen knocking dudes out and have a personality at the same time.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking like Tito probably had a personality. I remember he used to do the little shovel thing and bury people back in the day.
I think what was very remarkable was your interviews with the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, it's very memorable.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
I do love the ladies.
I'm sure.
Do you like the ladies?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the men, if that's what you're asking.
Well, I'm asking, do you like the ladies?
Oh, for sure.
Well,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
because later I'm a lady's nuts on your face.
Good luck.
He said, "Good luck." Hey, what do you walk around at? What weight?
I'm about 235.
What do you walk around at?
I'm like 252 right now.
You think you could take him right now?
In jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, jiu-jitsu is different. Not fighting,
Yeah, you a black belt or a purple belt?
I'm a brown belt, but I put up black belt numbers.
No, that's good. That's what's up. I'm actually a blue belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tested for a blue belt years ago on the Fabiano Iha. He's an old school UFC fighter. But I never tested higher than that. And some people say I'm like kind of like a low purple belt.
Yeah, I competed at the highest level since year one of jiu-jitsu, and belts are whatever. I feel like jiu-jitsu in the gym is very different than competition jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, knowledge is good, but not everybody can turn that knowledge into reactions, and a lot of competition is reaction.
I like that. I think a lot of people, I was telling you about Nicky for a while, and I know you had watched that Gordon match. We'll get into that, I'm sure. But a lot of people know about you. They understand your level, right? Like they understand how efficient, how dominant, how knowledgeable you are. They also understand you have a brother who's just, pretty much as good. And your relationship with the Rotolo brothers and a lot of people in the jiu-jitsu community is very high. A lot of people talk very highly of you. I've known you for a minute. You've always been very supportive of JAXXON, by the way. I've been sending him chains for a minute. He always tags, always supports. Yeah. What is it about like this era of jiu-jitsu right now or grappling? I know the internet for some reason lately has been on a rampage, no pun intended, about like, it's not jiu-jitsu, it's grappling. It's not grappling, it's American jiu-jitsu. It's not American jiu-jitsu, it's Brazilian jiu-jitsu. What is the term? What do you think the actual terminology should be right now? And then let's dive into this podcast.
Okay, I would say the most popular terms, in my opinion, would be jiu-jitsu and then grappling, right? Like you could call it American grappling or whatever. I feel as if it's made a transition from jiu-jitsu being guys on their back going for submissions to nowadays you see like college wrestlers coming into jiu-jitsu and like they don't want to be on their back. They want to be on top, passing guard and submitting from top position. So the style of jiu-jitsu now, especially in no-gi, is a lot more aggressive, a lot more top dominant. So it favors the wrestlers, especially different rule sets. If you're a wrestler and you have a couple years of good quality instruction, you can do some damage in the jiu-jitsu world.
So you started off as a wrestler?
Yes, sir. I was wrestling, since like middle school or so. I wrestled all the way through high school. I even did a year in Division III college.
What college?
Ferrum College, a real small school in Virginia, like in the mountains out there. And more than anything, I just learned how tough I was and how much I really do love competing. So like pretty much immediately after my freshman year of college, I dropped out because I was making money as like a model, and then I started jiu-jitsu to get in better shape for modeling, and then I took like my first competition 2 weeks into training and I just start beating everybody. I was like, fuck, I guess I should just keep going.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because the first time I heard about you, I hate to say this on camera, but you were going to go battle Luke Rockhold overseas.
Oh, yeah.
And so Luke was training at Ruka and he's like, oh, I got to go battle against this guy, Nicky Rod. And Luke's a phenomenal grappler, phenomenal Luke on the floor is insane. His jiu-jitsu is insane. And he's athletic. He's a freak, right? So I'm like, oh, Nick's going to, he's going to get mollywopped by Luke. At the time, I didn't know how good you were. The Rotolos were like, oh, no, he's actually pretty good. I'm like, and I'm watching your videos and I'm like, all right, it looks like I could probably submit him,
Yeah.
And then obviously, Nick went over there and did damage. And I was like, all right, this guy's got to be taken seriously to kind of have his way a little bit with Luke. And he won. And so ever since that moment, I started following jiu-jitsu. I started really following it in terms of what was going on with you guys, right? Because I already knew Bushesha and these types of guys. So it's interesting to watch you make that gap because I didn't hear about you. I didn't know about you at the time. All I knew about was you and Gordon Ryan, and I still don't even know that whole drama, which I want to get into as well.
Yeah, Luke. The match with Luke really definitely helped my career. So I definitely appreciate Luke taking a match like that. And at the time, I really didn't know much jiu-jitsu because I was like still only a year or 14 months into my jiu-jitsu career.
Yeah.
So I went out there and I grappled with him, and I used mainly wrestling and top game, which was what I was known for. Nowadays, I have a very different style of grappling. So I actually hit up Luke to train while I was out here, but he's doing some modeling stuff elsewhere.
Yeah, he's like the new face of Hugo Boss.
Yeah. What's up with these two models? What's going on?
He's like the new generation Luke. He's like a model. He's over here winning everybody. He's beating everybody. He's like,
so what's going on? Like, what I'm learning, what I'm hearing is that you jiu-jitsu guys, y'all pretty boys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't take any, I don't get punched in the face, so my shits is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta work with what God gave you. God gave me the looks. I'm trying to monetize it.
So you haven't had any thoughts of getting in the cage at all?
I mean, I think about it every day. I think I would do well. I do know that it would take substantial amount of time to develop the striking and the technique to be able to compete at the highest level. Because I have some thoughts, maybe I would fight for a substantial amount of money and I get to pick maybe some gym teacher somewhere, or I'd fully commit and try to be the champ, because that's the kind of guy I am. Typically, if I do something, I want to be the best at it, So who knows? I actually had Masvidal offer me a pretty decent check to do bare knuckle MMA. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but anything's open in the future. It would take I would have to at least dedicate 6 months to a year to striking before I even thought about hopping in the cage.
Well, my take on this is if you're a model and what I'm saying, bare knuckle MMA is not where you want to go. Yeah. I love Masvidal, what I'm saying? I love what's the name of the fight? Game Bread?
Game Bread, yeah.
Yeah, I love that whole thing, but that's not the way you want to go, because I wouldn't even do bare knuckle boxing because look at all these scars and stuff I got. You know what I'm saying?
I would do more bare knuckle takedown. That's bare knuckle takedown, ground and pound. I would not try to strike with them boys.
Yeah, but if I had your type of jiu-jitsu skills and wrestling, I would just learn. I would learn a different type of striking. I would work on my defense the most, and I would just learn a good, few punches, 1, 2, get in close and grab and take them down. And because what I did in my generation, I learned on the job. Because I started wrestling first, and I was late to wrestling. I didn't start till I was 17, and then I went to college, a little small college in Northern Cal, to wrestle, and then I came home and got into MMA. And I didn't know anything about striking or anything, so I just learned on the job. So I'm just saying, if that's something that you really think about, you really want to do. But you're a pretty boy. You make good money modeling?
Good money. I make better money doing jiu-jitsu, though, for sure. Yeah. What's your thoughts on a guy like Bo Nickel? Obviously, world-class wrestler, but seems to have pretty good fundamentals of striking.
Well, I don't know Bo Nickel.
Yeah, it's the guy we were watching. It's the guy who's sponsored by Jake Paul's Better app. That gambling website. We watched the highlights. I think it was the white kid we were watching. I think he has a fundamental base, but I think what people don't realize about him, he's like an athletic freak, right?
And he's intelligent.
He has a crazy IQ. And what's cool about him is the way he sets up. It's almost like chain wrestling, but he's like chain fighting. He's like setting up the fight to go the way he wants, not just to wrestle, but to be able to be dominant from the position that he's the weakest in. So you kind of see the way he moves around the ring or around the octagon. You can kind of see the way he's kind of like setting up that move. I feel, to me, like he knows what he lacks, so he fights in the other way. Most fighters, they know what they lack, but they can't figure out how to fight the other way. I think he's an athletic freak. I think he's going to dominate.
Yeah, I think he's very intelligent. It seems like, you know, he has a good understanding of distance control, distance management, and you know, like he knows the guys are so scared that he's going to take them down. That he can do things like his last fight. We saw him fake the shot and go right to the chin and put the guy away. So, you know, you got to have good brains in that sport, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
If you fought in the cage, would you be one of those butt scoop guys?
Oh, you know, I think I wouldn't be, but fuck, mate, things are different when you get hit. You know what I mean? Things are very different when you get punched in the face.
Have you ever sparred? Have you ever?
I've sparred with guys that were smaller than me. It was minimal risk. I had you know, Curtis Blades. Yeah. So I had Curtis Blades' whole team come up and train at B Team Austin, and they invited me back out to train with them. And I like accidentally agreed to spar with them. And then immediately after, I was like, damn, what did I just sign up for? You know. So I'll get out there. I'll get after it with them, but I'm sure they're skilled enough to keep me safe.
Yeah.
You know.
I heard you trained with my bro Czech Congo before.
Yes, Mr. Congo, another freak athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, dude is massive, super hard to take down and control on the ground. And you know, like he's not 20 years old anymore, but he's got a gas tank on him, man. He could get after it.
He's strong. He's strong as hell too.
Very strong. You guys have a very interesting social media like back and forth.
Yeah. Me and Congo, we've been at war. I'm bad with time. We've been at war with each other over 6 years. It started off in person.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we used to train together and all the time. We always been on the same team. I met him when I was training for the Chuck Liddell fight. I needed somebody big and strong to spar with. And then we just become brothers like really fast. So we went to go train with Wolflair in England. And we started this war. He had some funky cheese from France. It ended up in my shoe. And they lied and they told me Congo did it. Put it up under my shoe, up under the thing inside your shoe. Mm-hmm. So when I got home, my shoe smelled like ass because the cheese was funky, right? So I came back and I teabagged his pillows.
Oh, man.
And did everything. Because Congo is like, if you get to know him, he's like a really clean, neat freak. Like he take care. He's like a metro. He everything's like perfect. He take care of everything, lotion everything up, but his feet.
Lotion everywhere but the feet.
Everything but his feet. And his pillows, he always kept his pillows clean. I saw he got mad somebody was sitting on his pillows once. So I was like, oh, okay. After training one time, I came with my salted balls and teabagged his pillow and
like sweaty balls or clean balls?
It was bad. Then I took a picture of him like snuggling up and on and stuff. Then I was like, Congo, you remember the time you put that cheese in my shoes? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. And I sent him a picture of what I did to his pillow video. Oh, man. It was a war. Ever since then, it was a war. Then come find out, he wasn't the guy that put the cheese in my shoe.
Oh, my God.
So I started, it was his cheese. So ever since then, it's been war. But then now we don't train with each other like that no more. So the war moved over to Instagram. And I had to chill out because I got banned. I got my page banned once because somebody thought I was being racist.
Being a bully.
Towards Congo. How was I going to be racist towards Congo?
Well, you know, different parts. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Because
being a little bit of a bully.
No, I wasn't being. It was a war. People don't understand. It was a war because his fight animal is a gorilla. Mine is a wolf. Oh. So whenever I found something funny that gorillas was doing, you know what I'm saying?
I see. That's a very interesting back and forth. I think it's brings the sport together a little bit. So you guys get after it.
Yeah, we like joking around. Congo's. He's quiet, like a lot of people don't know, but he's like one of the most funniest people I know, and he's like one of the most down to earth and the coolest people I know. He'll give you the shirt off his back.
What's your training like nowadays?
Well, for the last couple of months, I've just been lifting weights and doing cardio because I wanted to lose a lot of weight and get my weight down. I started training with one of my good friends. He's like a fitness model and stuff. And then recently, just yesterday, I started training back with my boxing coach, Bobby Rimmer. We call him the Rimming Lizard.
Rimming Lizard.
Yeah, that's his nickname out here in America. In Japan, his name is what's his name in Japan? What's your name in Japan, Coach? Yeah, he got a lot of nicknames. In Japan, they call him Coach Sausage, but in America, we call him the Rimming Lizard. Anyway, he's my boxing coach, and so I'm back boxing and lifting weights.
Day two. Today's day two. We watched it live here at the JAXXON House. He put on a little show for us. I felt like I was at UFC Open Mat. Yeah. He's coming with power. I think it's going to be a battle. But speaking of bullying and speaking of cyber chaos and friendships on the internet. I gotta start off with this. What is going on with you and Gordon Ryan?
Oh, okay.
I know this is a never-ending story, but for the internet, for the MMA community, the UFC community following Rampage that needs to know about this, two icons in grappling, Nicky Rod, Gordon Ryan, going at it for the last year or a couple of years. Break it down for us and give us the Cliff Notes version.
Okay, so we have in the sport of jiu-jitsu, I feel like everybody has their own enemy that can help elevate them, right? And Gordon just happens to be mine. So we used to be training partners, right? Used to be friends. Let's see. Okay, so I'll take you back to ADCC when we compete in the finals, right? I compete against Gordon in the finals ADCC. He submits me via heel hook. 2 months later, we get into a grappling match on UFC Fight Pass, and we get into another leg entanglement, and I end up breaking his foot, snapping his foot on the mat, right? So immediately after the match, he had to justify why I broke his foot. So he started accusing me of greasing. Progress-wise, I go from getting submitted via heel hook to breaking this guy's foot in competition.
Like cracked it?
Like getting a toe hold, breaking the ankle, right? Like
a ligament or a bone?
Oh, I don't know. Some loud pops in there. You know what I mean?
You didn't stop. You don't let it go.
Oh well, I was. So while I was breaking the foot, I was getting my feet separated, which left my heel vulnerable. Yeah. So I let it go to keep myself safe. Right? I'm not gonna. If I break you, I'm also not gonna let you break me. You know what I mean? So I scramble out, and after the match, Gordon felt the need to justify why I broke his foot, and so he lied and he told everybody that I greased up and that I abused steroids. So I was like, all right,
you greased up like you showered in Vaseline or
exactly. Like he accused me of
like sitting in a bathtub the night before fighting Vaseline. So
I don't know anything, but I've never done that.
People take it's a trick for boxing as well. Like they'll take a bath in Vaseline and lotion, and then when you sweat, it comes through your pores and it slips off. It's crazy.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh yeah.
So he accused.
Did you grease?
No, never greased, never cheated, never done. Even though steroids really aren't like that illegal, like I've never even done any type of PD ever.
Okay.
So he accuses me of these two things, and I was like, all right. I know I had the Mark Bill Power Project podcast coming up, so I was like, all right, I'm sure they're gonna ask me about the match, so I'll just save my answer till then, right? I didn't respond, even though he went out, and publicly accused me of this. I was like, all right, no problem. So I have the podcast. I go on the Power Project. They asked me about the match. They're like, why is Gordon so good? And I just told them the truth. I was like, listen, he's only really good because he abuses steroids, and it's public information, right? Like he said it publicly, which it is whatever. But that kind of ignited him to like go off, and he like immediately after he posted like 100+ stories all about me, just like just talking bad, right? Which I don't really care. I don't have any feelings. Like it's really hard to hurt my feelings, And then that was it. I responded a couple times to with some memes and things like that, because I think it's just funny. It's social media. It's drawing attention to myself and to the sport. And then so pretty much that is my enemy in the sport. I will submit him next time we grapple, and I'm very looking forward to it. Oh, and in addition, right, I broke his foot so bad that he retired. Like he hasn't competed since. He pulled out of his matches that he had afterwards. So not only did I break his foot like physically, but I also broke him mentally. He's been a guy that's been extremely dominant. He's never even been in a bad position.
How long ago was that?
This must have been 8 months ago, something like that.
He should have been healed up by now, especially if you're on all that gear.
And this is a guy, Gordon Ryan's probably, respectfully, besides Buchecha, Gordon Ryan's probably one of the most dominant jiu-jitsu athletes of all time.
Yeah.
In ADCC, no gi. I don't think he does any competing in a gi, right?
No. And he even beat Buchecha, it wasn't really a hard match.
I mean, I think it was. I mean, that match could have gone either way. I think the ref kind of gave points away a little bit, right?
And he swept Buchecha from bottom, controlling him a little bit. But yeah, I mean, either way, Buchecha's definitely
like Gordon Ryan's definitely a dominant athlete.
Yeah,
right? Like he's not someone who can't heal from an injury like that is my point.
Okay.
So it's like, it's interesting
It's
too.
it's the mental factor, right?
yeah.
You go from beating a guy and then getting broke by the same guy just a few months later. And just so you guys recognize the difference in time. Like Gordon's been doing jiu-jitsu for like 15 years. I'm in year 5 right now. So, it's 3 times the amount of training. I'm still learning at a super fast rate.
Were you guys friends before that break the foot?
Yeah, I tried. So we were teammates, right? I tried to go out of my way multiple times to be like his friend, but he doesn't have much of a personality. Like when we would hang out, he'd like be on his phone or like, he's got other issues in his personal life that kind of prevent him from being happy in life. So like it was kind of hard to build some kind of chemistry with there like that.
So also you guys were kind of like acquaintances before that match, before the foot breaking match.
Well, we had a team separation. So initially, John Danaher is the GOAT, like jiu-jitsu coach, right? So DDS was made up of like almost 8 world-class grapplers that trained under him, and like 6 of those grapplers opened up B Team, which is my gym in Austin, Texas, and then like 2 of the guys stayed with under John. And so that separation, kind of sparked a rivalry, but it wasn't nearly as intense as it is now with like, talking about each other on social media and whatnot. And I don't know. I think the so-called beef is good for the sport, man. It draws eyes to it. Even if you don't want to watch us grapple, which most people do, they're interested in seeing like what's going on.
Yeah, like the thing to me is like John. Have you ever heard John talk about jiu-jitsu? Their original coach, his original coach. No. Like this guy is like one of the most like, I don't know. He's like one of the most analytical, like descriptive. I've never heard someone talk about jiu-jitsu the way John talks about jiu-jitsu, the way he talks about movement and angle, the way he talks about technique, the way he talks about moves. Obviously, I'm a blue belt and I trained under Alan Goes, Pat Tenori at Ruka, and I love jiu-jitsu. I got to train with BJ. I'm nowhere near any of these guys, but I love the sport, right? I have a passion for it. Not as skilled as I wish I could be, but I love listening. And he's one of my favorite guys to listen to about jiu-jitsu. And their camp, like your camp started some of the most elite jiu-jitsu athletes in the world right now. Why did you end up even leaving those guys? Like how did Gordon stay? Why did you leave?
There was some personal conflict between like Gordon Ryan and his little brother, whose little brother being Nicky Ryan, and we just couldn't let the conflict continue to go on. So we had to separate ourselves from them, and it's been a great decision, especially like business wise, financially. Like we were able to create this gym that's not only a gym, it's a we have the YouTube going on. We're like closing in on B Team Jiu-Jitsu almost has 200,000 subscribers, and our content is very entertaining, and we constantly put out reels and new videos. And we're selling a bunch of merch. We have at any given day we have 30-40 guys from different countries coming to our gym to train with us, to visit. Wow. Like people go on vacation for weeks just to come train with us, and we're in a very blessed, very lucky spot. And it turned out for the better.
I saw John Jones training with Gordon Ramsay. That's his name.
Oh, Gordon Ryan.
Oh, Gordon.
Yeah,
Gordon Ryan.
You could call him Ramsey though. That's all good.
Yeah. So, are you training with any MMA, UFC? Well, hold on. What's going wrong? What's going on, bro?
Nothing, right? You're a funny dude. Sometimes I got to give you credit. I'm sorry, dude. I can't destroy the podcast like this, but sometimes you get me. I listen to you all day, and I thought that was funny.
That was good. I like Hell's Kitchen.
Quality stuff. Good.
I've trained. I just had Curtis Blades, his whole team, High Altitude Martial Arts, come and train with us for like a week or so. I've also had offers from different UFC fighters to go out there and help them for their fights. But it's tend to be a scheduling conflict. But
are they offering you money to come help them train?
Yep. Offering me money. But more so than the money, it's the time that it would take, and also to get results. Like I need a few weeks. You know what I mean? Like a month or so with these guys to really build a game plan and build up some resistance. Like I did have an offer to go train Cyril Gahn before the John Jones fight, but it was only a few weeks. I was like, there's only so much I can do.
Yeah.
Does it affect you that if you have to go train someone that you think you know for sure is 150% going to lose a fight that you don't want to be associated with that?
Correct.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know exactly
come
what you
on,
mean.
bro. Like, I understand like you're
It's my name on the line.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not training that guy either. It doesn't matter how much you pay me. You know he's gonna get smoked.
Yeah.
Like, I think Cyril Gane's a great fighter. Don't get me wrong, but no one's beating John Jones. So it's like, why even put yourself in that position?
Well, he could have done a lot better if they would have gave him like at least like 3 months of training with you. He knew how long in advance did they know he's going to fight John Jones? A long time. He could have did a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And I understand exactly what you're saying, but you can still say like, look, I'm not a miracle worker. Like John Jones is undefeated.
Yep. Even like just giving him the simple ability to like stand up when somebody like that is on top of you, then that's very valuable. You know, Cyril on his feet is definitely a different Cyril than being on the mat, on the floor. But my business partner, Craig Jones, we
got to get him on here.
Yeah.
Next.
He's undefeated in the UFC, right? He doesn't fight, but he corners guys, and he's only cornered like Volkanovski and like, you know, a few other high level guys. And I don't think he's ever lost a fight. So that's the kind of record I want, you know, when I'm cornering guys.
I feel you.
He's next level. I need to get him on here next. Explain this to me though. So like, for the people that don't know jiu-jitsu as well or don't follow it, you know, they know the Mendez brothers, you know, they know Gracie's and they understand these big names, right? The Busheshas and stuff. But like right now there's like, it's like a different era, right? It's like the B team and you guys are a bunch of bulls and Bulls jerseys and wild on Instagram and you guys are like coming at Gordon Ryan's neck and you guys are posting your text messages and it's like a whole war.
Are they all models?
And they're all models. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they think they're models, but they're all in good shape. They all look good. You know, they're not like, you know, everybody is in shape and they're athletes and they're all ready for war at all times. But it's a different era. Like when I grew up, everybody was bowing. Like a guy like Bushesha, nothing wrong with where you guys are at, but Bushesha is like a samurai, right? Doesn't speak, doesn't talk bad about people, bows, is like one of the kindest, you know, most genuine people, just like yourself. But he has like this code and he won't waver from it, even if they'll get him bread. Right now, it seems like you guys are just all lawless and you're like, yo, this is our era. We're going to do what we want. It's like the motley crew of jiu-jitsu right now. Like, is that how you guys feel?
We understand the value in building personalities, right? And with personality comes a fan base. So, you know, the more personable you are and the more charismatic you are on the camera or, you know, on social media, the more money you're going to make. Like we're finding out now that like, it's great to win at the highest level in jiu-jitsu, but if you win and you're not popular, you're not going to get paid.
That makes a lot of sense. Because I've been wondering, like, why is it that, like, Gordon Ryan has no problem beating anybody, but he also has no problem talking about anybody. And I don't want this to be one of those things because I like Gordon Ryan. I send him a DM. I try to send him some chains. He's a cool dude. But I don't want him to use this clip and be like, see, another podcast that they spend the whole time talking about me with Nicky. You know, like, I don't want that. But I'm trying to understand the dynamic from your point of view. Like, is it really that you guys hate each other and you guys are elite athletes, or is this just a show? Is this WWE?
All I know is I want to be the best in the world. I want the number one pound for pound spot, and I got to beat this guy to do it, and that's what's going to happen.
Or you have to beat him. You already won that match when you broke his ankle, right?
No, lost the match via overtime. So overtime, EBI overtime. It was a case scenario where he won on ride time. So in overtime, they put him on my back. I escaped in a few seconds, and he put me on his back, and he escaped like a little bit faster. So, you know, they raised his hand. But
with a broken ankle.
With a broken ankle. Yep. I mean,
why is that?
Respect that?
Why is it though?
Well, he's just a psychopath. I mean, you don't. Adrenaline does a crazy thing to the body. I'm sure you know this. I'm sure you've had injuries in your fights, and when the adrenaline's pumping, you'll deal with it afterwards.
Yeah.
But did he know he had a broken ankle?
Yeah, he knew. The whole crowd knew. It was very audible. You could see like the ref's reaction from hearing that ankle snap, and you know, the ankle's a pretty robust thing. You could break it pretty decently and, you know, walk it off and have to take it easy for a few weeks, or you could snap it and make it like a limp noodle, and that's kind of a different case scenario.
Yeah, I've had my ankle busted in college. You guys watch WWE?
Yep.
What's his name? Sheldon, the big black guy, Sheldon.
Rey Mysterio?
That's a small Mexican guy.
Yeah.
His name is Sheldon.
The Undertaker?
No, the black guy, big black guy, bald head black guy.
Booker T?
Sheldon.
The Rock?
The black guy, Sheldon.
I don't know.
He wrestled with me in college, and we used to mess around. He was like a big black guy, Sheldon. I can't, you know, it's been years. I can't remember his full name, but Sheldon. He bust my ankle one time, so
Wrestling?
Wrestling. He's like, but I haven't had any more problems out of it since though. Yeah, I used to have little small problems. So I understand like the adrenaline and stuff you get going. But it sounds like you just broke that motherfucker off when it first.
I broke it pretty well, and I'll continue to get better. So I'm a much better athlete, much better jiu-jitsu athlete nowadays than I was back then.
Did you lose sleep that night knowing that you had Superman's kryptonite and it didn't take him down?
First of all, I never sleep after a competition. I'm wired.
He says that every time too.
Yeah. It's a very, you're controlling all the nerves and emotion and whatnot, and just, saving it for afterwards. But, I don't know. I mean, I just know that I'm continuing to progress and get better, and every like 6 months, I just see a steep incline in my technical abilities and my understanding as a whole of the sport of jiu-jitsu. And, every time I compete, I'm very excited. Like I just want to display the best part of jiu-jitsu that I have to offer. And, I'm getting very close. I'm getting closer every day to becoming, a very well-rounded grappler.
Now that I'm meeting you for the first time, I'm getting more interested in jiu-jitsu. I want to know like your training regimen, because when I train for a fight, I train 3 times a day. I count my morning run. I count that as a workout. Mm-hmm. Then I go and do either my stand-up, which is boxing or Muay Thai. Then at nighttime, I go and I do my jiu-jitsu and wrestling, and then a couple days a week I take one workout out and I throw in strength and conditioning.
What's the hardest part of your training? Is it the run, the striking, or the wrestling jiu-jitsu?
Now that my knees are busted, probably like the wrestling. Yeah, the wrestling. Jiu-jitsu don't hurt me that much because you start on the ground. We start on our knees, or I start in bad positions. It depends on who I'm fighting and how good they are at jiu-jitsu. But if I'm gonna be honest, jiu-jitsu has always been my least favorite martial art that I studied because I'm a weirdo. Because actually, it's Tito's fault because one time I was rolling with him and one of his nuts almost fell on my face.
Oh, you don't like that?
I don't like that. That's why I made that ladies joke on you in the beginning. Have you ever tapped out from somebody like a slung been on the side of your face while they're in north-south position?
Nah. I would turn turtle, right? So I give him my back. So at least it's on the back of my head. I'm not looking right at it. That's how you win right there.
He's like, I don't care. Your slung is on my head. Yeah. Better on the back of the head.
I just turn around. I'll stand up in a situation like that. But I'm typically on top. I'm typically doing the teabagging most of the time.
Oh, okay. I guess that's better to be the teabagger than a teabaggee.
Yep, for sure. So as far as my training goes, I typically train jiu-jitsu once a day and have another workout, whether that be like a gym session or an additional jiu-jitsu session at nighttime. If we're talking Monday, right? Monday, wake up like 9:30, walk the dog, go to train, leave at like 11 or so, or maybe even 10. Sometimes I leave at 10:30. We do some filming for YouTube, and then we start training at 12. I do some drilling for like 30 minutes or so, and then typically about an hour of live. And then afterwards, it's either film more content or go home and get some food to do a secondary workout. So typically I only work out twice a day, but I'm very consistent. I do that every day. Yeah.
Like 7 days a week or 6 days?
No, 7 days a week.
Oh, wow. Do you run at all? Any sprints?
No.
What? You don't got to run for jiu-jitsu? I'm in the wrong
I don't think you have to run for any sport.
You burn so many calories.
Yeah, unless you're doing soccer. For MMA, wouldn't you rather like fight and like train MMA than run?
Yeah, but running gets the job done for me. I feel.
But that's just cardio and wearing out your knees. Like I feel like if I was training for mixed martial arts, I would do a nice even split between probably Muay Thai and train jiu-jitsu. I'd probably try to do both of those every day.
Yeah, but I still feel like you need to run, and I like to. When I was younger and my knees was better, I used to like to sprint once a week just for the scrambles. So
there's something, assault bike, right?
Yeah.
We got one in here. The assault bike, you have the Tabata workout on there. Yeah. That's the best cardio. It is. Like I'll try my best. I have a few days a week where I should really try to redline in practice. Like maybe they feed me 5 fresh guys every couple of minutes, and I'll redline like that. But also a couple days a week, I'll get on the Tabata and I'll try to visit heaven. You feel me? I'll go real hard on there and get it done like that. And I think that's better for my style, especially longevity. I hear a lot of people running a lot, having knee issues and stuff like that.
I love hearing this because I hate running. You know what Tabata is?
Yeah,
that is scientifically proven to work.
I don't understand this. They feed you 5 fresh guys. What do you mean?
Okay, so like maybe I'm doing a 15-minute like match.
Okay.
And like every 3 minutes or so they give me a new guy.
No way.
A guy that's been resting.
And these guys are going full throttle?
Yeah.
And you're still able to just put them where you need them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely good. I'm extremely talented in all situations. And in jiu-jitsu, like, I guess in most sports, the first 5 minutes is cool, but like, what are you like 15 minutes deep into a battle? Like, what's round 5 like for you? I think that's what really matters. So a lot of times, I train to really close to failure.
Hey, next time I'm in Austin, if I go visit Congo, I want to see how long it takes him to tap me out.
Yeah, I'm down to go train.
You want to go do it? You wanna see
How about you go first and I get to go?
All right.
Yeah. So you could wear them out for me and then I could put them in a reverse dark.
Well, it sounds like it's only going to take him like a couple of seconds to tap me out. I haven't trained jiu-jitsu in a
No,
while.
I think you'd put up a battle. You think he'd put up a battle?
I mean, if we're doing all submissions, like I'll do my best to leg lock you, and I'm sure you don't have much knowledge of leg locks.
I don't understand. Why does
yeah.
everybody love leg locks? Like, why do the Brazilians hate it and Americans love it?
Because if you don't know much about them, then you hate them. If you learn the leg locks, you're like, all right, I understand.
And that's the most dangerous ones because you have to tap right away. Like you get it.
Yeah, Jalin did it to me yesterday. I broke my knee. I still can't move my knee.
Yeah.
When
You gotta be
we had
careful
Cain
with
Velasquez here.
Oh yeah.
And Jalin was showing me some technique in front of Cain, but he put on like if he was trying to get the belt. All of a sudden, he saw some cameras come out, and Jalin put me in a leg lock. I didn't tap.
But you rode the wrong way too. I saw the
my
footage.
God! Did you see the footage?
No, I didn't.
My knee's still broken.
Yeah, that's not good.
Who started this leg lock craze?
It's my understanding that Dean Lister was the first guy to go out there and start leg locking guys at like a very high level, and he even transitioned. Like some guys you see doing it MMA now. It's a bit risky because you can get put out. You can get clipped in the chin when you're on your back trying to go heel hooks and stuff. But definitely Dean Lister put it on the map.
I've trained with a lot of people, but when I roll with Dean Lister, I feel like just helpless.
Why?
Because he's just so technical. Even when he explained it, he's so technical. He taught me some stuff in jiu-jitsu that I never even would have thought of. Like even when you're doing like an arm bar, how hard you squeeze your legs and stuff. I didn't think about that. I think you just get the arm and you arch up. And he's like, no, you squeeze. That guy's so technical and his legs locks. It's crazy. So that's wild. You said that he is one of the first people that they hated him and they hated him over in Pride. They hate him because he went to Brazil.
Yeah.
He speak Portuguese.
Really?
Oh, wow. Man, fluently. He went to Brazil and was training in Brazil for months and 6 months in on time. He even married a Brazilian chick there years ago. I remember all this.
You spent some time in Tokyo, right?
Yeah, I spent a little time. I haven't never lived there.
Okay.
But
Tokyo comes back and spends time with him.
I see.
I like the Tokyo hoes. I mean, I like Tokyo.
Gotcha.
I love Tokyo.
Gotcha.
You've been out there, right?
Yeah, we were just there recently. Quintet did which is like a team jiu-jitsu event. They did a like dual event with K1 kickboxing. So we got to watch some striking, and then we got to compete.
Did you see that?
What?
Did you see them compete? That video that
I saw him.
They all dressed up like the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what. Why y'all do that?
Why we do that? It was my business partner Craig Jones came up with the idea. It's kind of like a hidden meaning, like
Y'all not with that bullshit.
Well, I'll say no to that, but it's definitely a hidden meaning calling us bulls. But yeah, we just did it. We knew it was going to sell a bunch of merch. You know what I mean? So the merch is like, we're more than just a jiu-jitsu brand, but we're also, we got dope shit and we want to monetize
Bulls. They call it. I've heard that term on Reddit.
Yeah, well, that probably sounds correct.
I didn't know what it was. I never knew what it was. But I've heard that term before. Bulls.
We also sell a T-shirt that says like "cuck the world." It's like a bull, like
So y'all be smashing other people's chicks. That's what it is.
I mean, that's just we just sell merch that says
That's just a
PT
rumor.
Bulls.
That's what it is. See, they pretty boy jiu-jitsu guys. I see it. They're on the next level. I see it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
I see it now. Okay, thank you.
In terms of the B team's energy compared to the DDS, like John Squad, when you guys were all together, what's the difference? What's the dynamic? How is this going so smoothly and all of you guys are having such a good time together compared to that, like just, kind of combusted?
Well, under John Danaher, like I improved tremendously training under him, and You know, it's just a different, like we definitely implemented some things that he taught us towards our training regimen, just a little bit looser. Like, you know, we still do our positional training that John always had us do. In addition, we also do, like at B Team, we talk a lot amongst our peers. Like maybe we spend 30, 45 minutes before and after class just talking about different ideas, and everybody has a problem. If you're going to training, you always want to come in with a problem that you want to find a solution with, and your peers are there to help you find that solution. So, you know, training under John was a little bit more regimented as far as like how he treated drilling and stuff like that. And, you know, we're a little bit looser at B Team, but still with the same goal of improving. And, you know, we still see a crazy rapid rate. Like I have a little brother, Jacob Rodriguez, and, you know, he won ADCC trials with like 1 year of jiu-jitsu training, right? Again, only a high school, well, he wrestled his whole life, but just a high school wrestler. Immediately after high school, he moves down to Austin with me, trains at B Team, and then he finds himself winning ADCC trials and making it to the ADCC World Championships. And for those of you that don't know, ADCC is essentially the Olympics of jiu-jitsu. So with only a year, he wins the trials and goes out and has a really awesome performance in the Worlds. And, you know, it just shows that what we're doing is right and we're still improving.
You think since you mentioned like it's the Olympics of jiu-jitsu, you think jiu-jitsu will actually make it to the Olympics?
I don't think that would benefit us. I think it would be harder to make money if it was in the Olympics because a few different things. Like I feel like a lot of Olympic athletes only make money if they win gold, and even then, like how many of them are millionaires? I don't know. I know Michael Phelps. I know a few like that, but. In jiu-jitsu, we're like independent contractors. I can get anybody that starts a promotion, they can pay me the amount of money that I want, and I'll go compete for them, no problem. It's like if you're a fighter for the UFC, but you could also fight in Bellator, and then next weekend you could go to one championship, and there's nothing tying you to one.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful. But think about it like this: say you go to the Olympics and you get a gold medal, and then ADCC wants you. Not you know, they got to pay you more because you got this gold medal. Then, you know,
I do agree. You know, currently ADCC is our Olympics. So if you win that, then you know you're the best in the world. You got the credibility to ask for whatever price you want to ask for. I think it would benefit us if we got on in the Olympics and it was like on ESPN or. But at the same time, us competing for like UFC Fight Pass, you know, we get good views, good numbers, you know, like, I almost value like watching it free on YouTube as I value that as much as having it like on TV.
Oh, okay. You guys get good numbers on
YouTube?
Yeah, I'm not on the
UFC Fight Pass.
UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, UFC Fight Pass. Yeah, we get a lot of views.
I'm gonna start checking this out.
Because that's what he fought Gordon Ryan on. So UFC has to pay you for you to fight on Fight Pass. How does that work?
Yeah. I'll get show money and sometimes a win bonus, but typically I just negotiate for show money because I'm trying to win no matter what. You know.
Are you guys allowed to have sponsors?
Yeah, we have sponsors as well. So
Do you have an energy drink sponsor?
No, but I would like one.
Let's talk.
Rampage got a new energy drink. Give me one. Let me crack one open.
Oh, yeah, all right, go ahead.
Let me try this. What is this? F3. This is his new one.
That's the mood. That's the mood. This is.
We were having a.
I'll be happy to give it a taste test if you don't mind.
Oh, I like this guy.
Oh yeah, I like him too already.
We were having a crazy sale right now on JAXXON, right? We're having 20% off all chain stacks, so that's why we had this here. I was going to give it to you because, believe it or not, one of the first times I ever realized that we should be making ads that say, you know, JAXXON jewelry made in Italy, sweatproof, was because I saw him training and he had one on. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. What a great idea. It's like sweatproof. You can wear it.
Yeah.
It's not going to turn your neck green. It's all made in Italy. It's real gold. Yeah. Sparked an idea. Yeah. And next thing you know, I'm like, all right, cool. And now, you know, all of our athletes train with the chains on.
Bro, I don't take mine off.
There we go.
He gets mad at me for not taking them off.
Well, he wears 17 of them. I go
like a rapper.
Yeah.
A rapper. Yeah, that's what's up.
Well, you know, I look up to Mr. T.
Mr. T. Well, you played him, right?
Yeah.
He did his homework.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a fan.
Oh, you the man.
Hey, see, that's love. Hey, can I tell you something?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people talk loud about you, and a lot of people don't respect the fact that you know what it takes to make money and what it takes to have a career and how to play a part, just like Rampage did when he was a champion. But I think if people got more of a chance to know you and get to understand how analytical you are, how intelligent you are, how down to earth you are, how humble you are, that you would probably have twice the following you have right now? Because I think Gordon's following is so massive that people get the wrong interpretations of who you are, the misconception based off that. Not that Gordon's doing anything bad. He's doing his job, advertising to his followers. But I do respect the fact how humble and how respectful you are, especially coming on this show. You flew in for us. Rampage is a legend, so I know it's easy to get guests with him here. But I do wanted to give you your flowers on camera because I don't think enough people talk about how respectful and how supportive you are to people. Well,
I definitely appreciate that. And I'm just, I don't portray anything besides who I really am on social media. Like I feel as if I could even take better pictures. Like a lot of people see me in person and they're like, "Oh wow, you look a lot bigger in person." Like just because I don't emphasize my best. I just put real shit online. You know what I mean? I don't try to be too fake.
Is the beef right now with Gordon Ryan, is it starting to die down, or do you think because he's hurt or sidelined that you're the reigning champ?
Well, I'm the best grappler in the world. I mean, that's
number one.
I'm number one. Period.
So right now in the world, you think there's no grappler better than you right now?
Correct. Yeah. All Especially because I have the size to beat everybody.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3" and I'm like 235.
Yeah, you're big.
And I cut down a little bit sometimes to be like just be a little lighter, a little faster.
Got it.
And then I have a very interesting style. Like I feel as if I look at all the world's best grapplers and I take the things that I think will suit my style best and I implement those. Like sometimes maybe I watch the Rotolos for their movement and their tenacity, and maybe I'll watch Gordon for his leg locks or Craig Jones for his octopus guard. So I'm very good at mimicking and making it my own.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of like grapplers, like Rampage knows, the Rotolos are JAXXON athletes. Buchecha is a JAXXON athlete. TJ Dillashaw, Jalin Turner. We have a lot of athletes.
I think the Rotolos, bro, I think they could take out a lot of guys that are much bigger than them.
Oh, they're next level.
Yeah.
I don't think the
so
Rotolos
good.
get enough credit for how powerful they are for their size. Dude, they're young. They're not even 21. They're 20 years old. Yeah. And they'll mollywop any dude. I mean, I know you guys are friends, right? You and the Rotolos, so I don't want to start beef. I mean, I think they're up there. They're probably up there with you. I think,
bro, if we ever competed, it would not be an easy match. Like I would have to fight for my life. They're so good.
Yeah, I think they're next level. And I do think Buchecha should give this concept of no-gi, like grappling, jiu-jitsu, more of an appreciation. I know he's locked in with one and he's fighting MMA now, but I think Buchecha would still be just as dominant as ever. But yeah, I do agree that you're up there. But in terms of Gordon Ryan, because that is like the king of jiu-jitsu and everybody understands that he's the best and he has this ADCC title, and he is. I mean, he's unbelievable. Do you think that your technical skill, the way that you can control his pace and how he kind of puts the pace on people, do you think you could match that now?
I would surpass that. You guys will see. Next time we compete, I will show a very dominant style.
Yeah.
Like if you analyze our last competition, right? Obviously, I first one he heel hooks me. Second one, I break his foot. But in that, he wasn't able to do anything offensive, right? He was trying to get grips and sweep from bottom and stuff, but he's there stuck on his butt. The only jiu-jitsu that happened in our 20-minute match was us enter a leg entanglement and me break his foot. After that, goes to overtime. So I've improved substantially since within that short time frame, and even more so since then.
When's your next match?
My next match, like altogether, probably be December 8th, UFC Fight Pass, probably at the UFC Apex.
Man, I'm going to download UFC Fight Pass to watch this. So you made me a fan today.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let's watch it here. We'll watch it live. We'll do a Nicky Rod viewing party.
All right, you guys will make sure, because y'all know I forget everything.
Hey, make sure you guys lock in Rampage for that. And we need to have Nicky. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Oh, bro, I eat a lot.
Philly cheesesteaks, Hot Pockets.
Cheesesteaks are good.
Bagel bites.
I like pretty clean, a little bit of rice, maybe some chickens and veggies.
To get the chef chicken and veggies, we're gonna have a Nicky Rod menu for all the athletes. We're gonna do a viewing party. Everybody get a Chicago Bulls jersey too.
Yeah.
What's up with this Dylan Dennis guy? He's a friend of mine. He's a legendary. Is a legendary internet meme creator right now, but he's also still an athlete. And I think people don't understand that he was still very dominant in jiu-jitsu, and he has an amazing technique, but he has so much chaos going in his life right now because of the internet.
Is he going to fight Logan
Paul, like in 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks.
Unless he backs out or something. But what's your opinion on him, on Dylan Dennis?
So I've definitely watched some of his matches. I watched like him versus Gary Tonin, which was a very good match. I think he's good, but it's like any sport, bro. Unless like you you have to keep up with the evolution of techniques. Like MMA now is much different than it was like 10 years ago. So if you stop evolving, you're going to get left behind. I have no idea if he continues to study and continue to evolve. If he has been evolving, then I think he could be a very dangerous grappler.
Got it. From when he was competing to where it's at now, what's the biggest evolution you've seen?
The leg locks and the gray area. Gray area being where jiu-jitsu meets wrestling. Now you're seeing a lot of guys like not just fall like, you know, if a jiu-jitsu guy back in the day would wrestle up, try to get on top. If it doesn't work, they pull back down to guard. Now you're seeing guys wrestling up, entering legs. If that doesn't work, now getting on top, staying on top. So I think the evolution of the top game jiu-jitsu is almost surpassing the guys that are typically on their back and working close guard.
Hey, just remind me. I got a question that I want to tell you something to see how you feel about it. First question, can you slam in ADCC? Yeah,
definitely. You can slam from takedown and you can slam out of submission. Somebody gets you an armbar, you pick them up, you can end it right there.
Also, do you know who Murillo Bustamante is?
I don't think so, but I remember seeing you KO somebody from a triangle.
Oh no, that's somebody that's Ricardo Arona, his teammate. So the reason why I did that to Ricardo Arona because I was supposed to fight him in a tournament, but he pulled out last minute, and I had to fight this like really badass Brazilian black belt, and I actually invented some jiu-jitsu escapes in that match.
What kind of escape was it?
So he put me in a guillotine, and I was almost about to tap out. And I can hear my coach at the time, Colin Oyama. I can hear, because you can hear everything in Japan. He was like, don't give up, don't give up, don't go out, don't give up. And he had me in the tightest guillotine I've ever been in my life. And I invented an escape, since I'm not really fighting that much no more. I can say it. I try to teach it to my son, but I don't know if he cared to learn it though. But what I did was I grabbed his hand and like really hard by his thumb, and I reached this other arm inside down to my wrist, and I just pulled and gripped, pulled and let go. That's the only thing that got me out. Then I invented like a way to get out of arm bars. When somebody got me on the arm bar like they have me when I'm on my back, I bridge and I turn them over and I make them kiss their knee. And I just get enough room to get my arm out and the one with the power bomb. That's
very unique. In my opinion, Nicky Ryan, right, Gordon's little brother, he showed me the best guillotine defense, front head defense in the world, and it's so good. You could have the tightest high wrist or arm in guillotine, and you can escape every time. And like the gist of it is like picking your.
Here, can you do it on me? I want to see.
I could do it. Yeah.
I want to see this.
All right.
Yeah.
So imagine like your butt's on the floor.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, go ass on the floor and face me.
Okay. You want me to sit down?
Yeah, sit down.
Can the camera see this?
Can the camera see this?
Maybe do it on a chair.
Yeah,
chair. Okay.
I want to see this. Make sure we crop all this right, Wayne.
Yeah. So you go guillotine here, right?
Okay.
Opponent's choking me.
Okay.
And I have the mat behind you. So
yeah.
I'll post my hands on the mat.
Okay.
And turn my shoulders concave.
Okay.
And I'll shake you so I bring my head towards the center line. And the second my head comes towards the center line, essentially I'm free.
That's it.
Wow. Yeah, because you could feel as he's bridging up, you can feel this coming through here.
Yeah, the gist of it is
crazy.
Is getting your posting on the mat, so you elevate his butt like a couple inches off the floor, and then you go concave shoulders, and as you're shaking, you bring your ear towards your shoulder, and you're able to rotate your head towards the center line, and then once your head's on the center line, you can escape everything.
Yeah, that's dope.
He's literally just lifting his opponent off the mat, kind of like a He's kind of.
What's the percentage?
100.
100. Because mine is not even. Mine is like 90.
That's a very good early escape. This you'll do this if you can't reach the hands. Maybe he got a high wrist and he's hiding the hand with his chin, and you can't reach it.
Yeah, because when I did this, no one was even doing that high risk guillotine back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's also very different with the gloves, because once you get a glove in there, they kind of like locked in. You know what I mean? It's very difficult.
Yeah, I just saw your ears. Those probably how you a modern. You probably got the worst cauliflower ears I ever seen.
Let me see those things.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think people who don't do jiu-jitsu, they don't understand that those battle scars.
Yeah, no, New York, they're like, I used to joke with them. I'd be like, I was born like this, but, when I was modeling in New York, they would book me for that look because I looked a little different. You know, I don't look like all the pretty boys, a little bit unique style. So when they book me, they know what they're expecting.
They like it. So when you retired, will you ever get like plastic surgery on your ears and stuff like that?
Nah, bro, these are trophies. Yeah, I mean, fuck, it hurt. You got cauliflower?
No, man, that's the craziest thing.
No, yeah, bro.
I've never.
Oh yeah.
I never got cauliflower. I always said if I get cauliflower, I'm going to dedicate my life to wrestling because I'm not that good at wrestling. Honestly, I started late, but I never got it, and I'm like, I'm not dedicating my life to wrestling.
The wrestling will get you some cauliflower, but bro, jiu-jitsu, like learning to escape deep submissions, destroyed my ears. Absolutely destroyed them. Because like, think about like the guillotine, right?
Yeah.
You got there's no space there, a lot of pressure, and then your head sliding off, and it's just mushing that ear and breaking it all up. So
it's cool too because I watched all these videos. Obviously, this last round, you and your brother, it looks like your guys' arms are about to snap every 3 seconds. You guys are twisting out of these craziest arm bars I've ever seen. What is this armbar defense? Because you know the funny thing about you is every time you guys do anything exciting in jiu-jitsu, like escape 13 arm bars in 30 seconds, within 10 minutes, there's an Instagram post that says, learn this armbar escape right now. We're selling brand new tutorials.
I'm trying to get paid, bro.
It's like they do it on purpose in a fight to create highlight reels. It's like you're that good. You guys do this on purpose.
That's smart.
Yeah, so the armbar escape that went viral, it was EBI overtime. So overtime, they start on your back or start in the armbar position. So I had this guy's like 300 plus pounds start in armbar position. And, you know, I do the proper defense. I limp arm out and I escape. And I'm like, and while I'm doing it, I'm like, I'm about to make an instruction. I'm about to sell this, you know, because you have to monetize everything. We're not getting fat checks from like UFC or other things, you know, so we get paid a good amount for competing, but also you got to have that residual income. So, you know, I'm all about my money, you know what I mean?
Man, that's smart. I need somebody to teach me how to do that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, after the work you did today with Coach, I think you'll be putting out boxing tutorials for the next month. I can't wait to watch you smash who I know you're about to fight in a boxing.
I could talk about it.
Yeah, who you fighting? He's coming back.
Yeah. I'm planning to fight this boxer named Shannon Briggs. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I know
champion.
Shannon Briggs. Yep.
Yeah, let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
Let's go, champ.
He got a big mouth, man. He's clowning me right now on Instagram.
Yeah.
Clowning me. Everything I do.
You and Congo need to team up and clown him.
Yeah, we should. Huh?
It's crazy because Shannon tried to fight Klitschko like at a Buffalo Wild Wings or something. And that guy, I went to Manchester with him, and Shannon, let's go, champ. And he's like huge, you know?
Huge.
Yeah.
And he's just screaming from the back of the gym. And he was like running around because I was with Jake Paul at the time. He's screaming, let's go, champ. And I look back and I'm like, Jake, who is that? He's like, that's the champion. I didn't know him at the time.
Yeah.
And I look back and I'm like, damn, he looked familiar. He looked like the dude that was in Bad Boys. And he's like, oh, that was him. I think he just had dreads or something back then, right?
He did. He was in the movie Bad Boys?
I think he was in Bad Boys.
I know he was in one of the Jason Statham movies.
Yeah, it was some movie, and I was like, dude, that guy looks so familiar. And I was like, oh, you were in a movie, and the guy's like, what's wrong with you? I'm a world champion. I'm a boxer. I'm a heavyweight. I'm like,
He has been.
He
has been.
Damn.
He talked too much. I've never had a boxing match before in my life. I'm gonna step over to his world and shut him up. He's been clowning me, trolling me for over 2 years. Talking about fight. You know, I'm an MMA fighter. I don't know how to promote a fight, so I'm gonna let him promote it.
Mm-hmm. What promotion?
He said, "Let's go, champ." Promotion.
Okay.
Bro, at this point, I don't even care if I get paid a dime. I just want to kick his ass.
Oh, really?
He's really smart the way he did it. Like he don't got to pay me a dime.
You just don't like him, yeah?
No, I was tired of his mouth. If you go on his Instagram and you see him clowning me, I'm just trying to lift weights. I'm trying to go on with my normal life. And my coach, we make content for F3 because you know, and I'm trying to lift weights. And my coach, he's a pretty boy. He'll model too, just like you. But he got like long hair and stuff. He poured the drink in my mouth, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, hey, yo, why you got a man pouring drink in your mouth?" I'm like. Every fighter has had a man pour drink in his mouth while he's training or fighting or something like that.
I was trying to pull up the video.
So he's trying to like he's just grasping at anything. So he got his comment. I'll make it. Hey yo, he's sus. He got a man pouring drink in his mouth. I like what you do when you fight and you get your gloves on and somebody giving you water in between fights. What'd you do? And he deleted my comment.
He don't want to smoke with you.
He don't want to smoke.
You're all lean now. You're back in fighting weight. You look great. I mean, I don't think he wants anything to do with you. I mean, you deal with a lot of internet chaos. How do you think Rampage should handle Shannon the Cannon Briggs trying to bully him all day?
Yeah, I mean, I have a different way of dealing with the trolls. I'm more of a post and dip kind of guy. Like I don't really stay on social media too long, but fuck, I don't know. I don't have any feelings. You know what I mean? Like when I compete or I have somebody like say something negative to me, like I just don't care.
I mean, you can tell he got no feelings. He broke his friend's ankle and didn't even give a fuck.
That's true. That's true.
Do you still consider Gordon Ryan your friend?
I would say no. He's more of an enemy.
Like you really don't like him?
Well, I just want to beat him. Like I don't care. Like I don't care about who he is. I just want to be the best.
Once you
know
beat
what
him,
I mean?
you guys think you can put your differences aside and become friends again, unite?
But like I don't like what's unite. Like I only hang out with my teammates because like I don't hang out with people outside the gym. You know what I mean?
Raw and rugged. Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah, like I don't like unless I see you in person, I probably don't talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I chat with my teammates, I make sure all my team's good and whatnot. But like if I don't see you every day, I'll talk to you next time I see you. You know what I mean?
What ended up happening with your teammate Craig Jones and Luke Rockhold? They were supposed to fight. I saw them both shitting and chatting on each other on the internet. Yeah,
they were supposed to have a match in Israel. I'm not exactly sure why that fell through, but it might happen again. Luke said he wants a match with me as well. Feels like he could redeem himself, and I think it'd be interesting.
You would want to go against him again?
Yeah. I mean, no problem.
You wouldn't be scared to go against him right now?
Would I be scared to
now
go?
that he's lean and back in shape?
Put it like this, when we competed against each other the first time, I was like terrible. Like I didn't know any jiu-jitsu at all. You know what I mean? Fast forward 5 years, I'm really, really good now.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know you're one of the top 3 in the world, top 2, top 1. Yeah,
Man,
I know you're there.
He said he's the best.
I know, but I got to give respect to the Rotolos too.
Yeah.
Because the Jackson athletes, and they're pretty nasty.
Okay, so
I got to give respect to the Rotolos.
I understand. He knows.
But I do like Nicky, and I think they would be a good battle. But there's 2 Rotolos. There's one of him. So if they did 2 versus 1, they would win.
He knows I'm new to the jiu-jitsu side of it. But I was honestly
Can
thinking.
you train him?
I could train you. I could teach you some shit.
Bro, you were asking me the other day that you need a jiu-jitsu coach because you're getting ready for that fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an MMA fight after I do that boxing match. But I was thinking about once I retire from fighting, if I should do like jiu-jitsu tournaments just for fun or just to stay in shape, because I need something to stay in shape.
You can make good money doing jiu-jitsu.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, it's definitely more than the UFC bonus.
All right, all right. Let's
you would get
exchange
super
phone
fights. You would get super fights.
You like somebody like you probably make 100 plus from just a jiu-jitsu match.
That's not bad for a jiu-jitsu match.
Easy.
Bro, me and you go to Vegas for the night. You get 100 racks. Then I go to XS. We go party with my boy Jasmine all night.
Let's do it.
It's over.
Let's do it.
We have the chain smokers, and then we have Nicky Rod in the booth with us.
How many jiu-jitsu matches can I do in a month?
I mean, I've done like 3+ in a month.
Whoa, slow down, dog.
Wait. Hold on.
I'm gonna run up the tab.
I'm used to making them 1.5, 1.6.
That's good money. Yeah,
Actually, I was on Reddit last night. I heard that you made over $11 million on a pay-per-view fight with someone in the UFC.
With Chuck Liddell?
Yeah, I heard it was over 11 million. It said it was the highest pay-per-view. I don't want to sidetrack this interview real quick.
No, that's good.
But I forgot to tell you this. On Reddit, there's a Reddit that says you made the highest pay-per-view purse the UFC has ever paid out to a fighter. And it said Rampage Jackson was number 1 and number 2 is Conor McGregor. Damn. Because Conor's was like a part of the buys, yours wasn't, or something like that. I had a different contract. They had to buy my contract. But is it true it was north of 10? Or south of 10. Man,
my family watching this shit. I ain't.
All right. We'll go back to this. We do that offsite.
Yeah. Let's exchange phone numbers because I'm serious. I would love to come there and train. Plus, Congo lives there.
We'll have you guys do battle.
Yeah.
BT.
Oh no, that'll be all over Instagram for you. I can't have my host on battle.
How do you think your jiu-jitsu would stack up against Congo's jiu-jitsu?
Congo is super strong. I don't see him submitting me. Even though I haven't done jiu-jitsu in a while, Congo actually is better than what people think. But I don't see him submitting me.
Yeah, bro, I would love, it'd be an honor to exchange numbers with you. And definitely, if you ever find yourself in Austin, Texas, come train with us, bro.
I'm down.
Can
we do this? Can we do a remote Jackson podcast at the B Team, an interactive multimedia podcast where we film for like a week? We go there and we all train. We learn about you guys. Like we do like a documentary Viceland style podcast.
Are you down?
Oh yeah, we'll go.
'Cause I know you're super busy. You don't be leaving the office and shit.
No, but I'll go for 2 days to tap a few of the boys out.
Yeah.
Oh, I spend a week down there though.
I'll submit the boys for a few days.
All right.
His brother's so good. I like watching his brother because he's like a younger version of him.
Yeah.
But he just goes crazy. Like he's
a dog,
He's always
bro.
posting this like security camera footage at nighttime instead of him like having someone record. He goes like on the Ring camera and he posts himself just tapping people out when no one's in the gym and just be like, all right, one more, and it's him just slamming people. It's like a mini white version of you slamming people down on the
White
mat.
Page.
Yeah, he's the white page.
Can I bring my son? How much does he weigh? Your brother?
My brother, he's about 195.
Okay, my son, he probably walks around like that. He fights at 155.
Yeah. Bring him. We'll have fun. He's a boxer, MMA.
MMA.
Oh, really?
He just turned pro.
How old is he?
He's 23.
Oh, damn.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, damn, you young.
He's a dude. I gotta tell you this. When I was looking at what was going on in the jiu-jitsu world because of the Rotolos actually, and Pat from Ruka was talking to me about them. Vitor Belfort, Gilbert Burns, BJ Penn, everybody was at dinner and everybody was watching this Gordon Ryan fight. When I saw him and I was with some other guys and I was looking at video footage of Nicky and his whole team, they had just started B team or something because they literally were putting up higher numbers in video views than like UFC fights that night on YouTube, on Instagram. Like what I believe, and I know the internet might hate this, but what I think they've done for jiu-jitsu in terms of the Gordon Ryan, Nicky Rod battle, in terms of the flow grappling, in terms of the Buchechas and the Rutellos and the Joe Rogan bringing on Gordon, I think this is the most impactful, most dynamic evolution of jiu-jitsu we've seen in the last 20, 30 years, besides, BJ Penn going to Brazil and beating everyone for America. They have brought jiu-jitsu to the forefront of mainstream mixed martial arts.
I honestly, I truly appreciate that. And, I feel as if we, at B Team, we understood the value of, we looked at MMA, right? MMA is such a widely, everyone around the world knows what MMA is, but not everybody trains it. A few years ago, you only knew about jiu-jitsu if you trained jiu-jitsu. So what we did with YouTube, B Team Jiu-Jitsu on YouTube, is we make like a reality series. Like every other day we put out a video updating about our lives, showing a little bit of banter, a little bit of training, and just giving people something to subscribe to be a part of. And that's kind of the concept behind our YouTube channel. And bro, it's been the best decision we ever made to commit to YouTube.
Yeah, I think having content and what you guys have done for content, we talk about this all the time. We do this podcast because we love MMA. Mm-hmm. He does this podcast because he's one of the best champions the UFC has ever seen, and he's one of the most dynamic MMA fighters of all time. Come on.
We gotta get it to Anderson.
Come on,
Silva.
yeah. I'm just saying, in terms of what you've done for the media side as well,
Okay.
there's no one who can outpace you at that level.
Okay.
You're in a blockbuster movie. No one, the closest thing they've ever done is straight to Blu-ray. But what you have to realize is that right now, this is like a dynamic shift in culture of like mixed martial arts, right? Like jiu-jitsu fights are getting mainstream numbers. It's like, I don't know. I think it's exciting. I think where you guys are going to take jiu-jitsu in the next couple of years is going to be insane. Like, for example, you bringing him to an event in a Bulls jersey as an honorary member of the B team, and then him going in there and smashing someone's head after a fight. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is going to go nuts.
Bro, now that you can slam in jiu-jitsu,
over.
I'm interested. And plus you say I can get 100 racks.
I'll get you 200.
All right, 200. I'll do
There
it.
you go.
I'll do it. Can I do 2 a month?
Yeah.
Hey, you find the promoter, we'll make it happen. Yeah. And
who negotiates that?
Oh, I negotiate myself, but you
I
could.
got a manager. He might get.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Tiki. No, Tiki does float. I mean, Tiki can probably help you get UFC Fight Pass. He's best friends with Dana,
we
right?
can get you. There's UFC Fight Pass. There's Flow Grappling. There's many. There's even I've had people that just want to see competition in the gym throw out crazy numbers just to go against a local guy. Like really? I have an event, like not really an event, but like this guy's giving me really good money to go out and train with 3 of his guys in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in a few weeks, and it's match money for just like a training session,
No way.
So we have a lot of little things like that to happen, but on a stage like UFC Fight Pass or something of that sort, you can make co-op.
Can you put on your own shows and make good money?
Most definitely, yeah. Like that's something we'll plan in the future. We did a couple test runs at B Team, but we'll probably do more events in our gym. We'll make it. We'll either stream it live or do like a subscription base to become a part of it. But yeah, we could put our own events on. Like it's the Wild West. You leave it up to your creativity and you can make it happen.
Yeah, we should have a super fight. You guys do one and have me be the co-main event, super fight.
We'll
You versus Congo.
Oh, that's a good one.
You versus Congo.
I'll do a jiu-jitsu match against Congo.
Yeah.
Would you be comfortable fighting on UFC Fight Pass?
I ain't mad at UFC Fight Pass. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't mad about UFC Fight Pass, but before I left the UFC, we was going to do a contract, and I asked them. I was like, I knew they was coming out with streaming stuff before they came out, and I asked them for a pizza. Whenever they play one of my fights, give me residual. Dana White told me, "Get the fuck out."
Damn.
I was like, bro,
You
this
just
only
sold
fair.
for like $5 billion.
I know. I was like, it was only
Yeah.
fair. I asked. I'm not a greedy guy, but I asked for, like, if you're gonna be playing my fights over and over, I blood, sweat, and tears, and you can just play it over and over on some streaming thing. Who knows what that's gonna do?
Yeah.
And look at it now.
Yeah.
He didn't want to give me a piece, but I ain't butthurt. I understand business. Like, I didn't say I left the UFC. I was like, okay, peace.
Because of that, you left?
No, I left the UFC because they stole my Reebok sponsorship.
Ooh, yeah.
That's big money. That's a sore subject for him. That's
Yeah,
big money.
That's why I left. I went to Bellator.
So you were gonna be Reebok, solely Reebok, and then they signed with UFC as a whole.
Yeah, so Reebok sponsored me. I did a commercial for them, which they told me it was a photo shoot. So anyway, I did. That's and it's real talk. I can say this out loud.
No,
It's
I know.
real talk. I got the receipts.
Yeah.
And but then they was getting a lot of press. Like they got a lot of press because the UFC said you can't be sponsored by Reebok because we don't have a relationship with Reebok. And the people that I was dealing with Reebok, they said, look, we getting more press by the UFC pushing back of you being on us being on your shorts than us actually being on your shorts. So we like that. So then they talked, and then Reebok they took the whole Reebok deal. They didn't want to give me.
You need a cut.
Yeah.
They didn't give me nothing.
cut. No.
They didn't give me nothing. They
middleman.
They just took the whole deal, and Reebok, they stopped sponsoring me because they had my shoe. They gave me the ugliest shoe ever, but I was happy though.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was ugly, but it was like the ATV of shoes. So when you go hiking and stuff like that,
Yeah.
the shoe was ugly, but I'm gonna keep it 100. It worked for what it was. It was a good idea for what it was. You know what I'm saying? They could have made it look a little better if they had the colors right.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like little big ass round.
You still have a pair?
I still have a pair in my closet in one of my houses.
Yeah.
I still have it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but that left a bad taste in my mouth. So I was like, peace, UFC. And I went to
One of your houses, you own a bunch of real estate?
I do a little bit. Yeah, I do a little bit. I got a bunch of land and I only have one house now. But one house that I'm staying at now, I don't own that one. But I just sold one. So
You got empty land?
yeah,
What do you do with it?
I haven't done nothing with it yet.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing something. I was thinking about building like.
Apartments or something?
I was thinking about building a bunch of houses.
Yeah.
But
Paintball field, this guy?
I told him. Long years ago. I told him. I said, "Man, you should come to my hometown and do a paintball thing."
What's your hometown?
Memphis.
Memphis. Oh, yeah.
I'm a country boy.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I would do it, but I just got that new paintball park, the SC Village one in Chino, and we just redid it all. It's phenomenal. It's like 100 acres. It's a big project.
Where's that at?
It's in Chino. It's the one you came to, SC Village. SC Village Paintball and Airsoft Park in Chino.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nicky, I know you got to get going because you got a flight coming up. I got one more thing I got to ask you, okay? Don't put me in a rear naked choke.
Okay.
Is it true that you worked at Chippendales?
Oh, okay. So, okay. So this goes back to what I said earlier. You got to work with what God gave you, right? He gave you the looks. And all right. So let's see. Let me think about this storyline, right?
Yeah.
So I dropped out of college, signed with Wilhelmina.
Well, Wilhelmina Modeling Agency?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I signed with them when I was like 19, worked with them for multiple years, made decent money. And then I turned 21 and my dad booked me a flight to Vegas, right? Me and him go to Vegas, we gamble a little bit. When I land in Vegas, I look to the left and I see a Chippendales poster. And I was like, I look better than these motherfuckers, right? So I go online, I'll just like fill out an application, send them a picture, just like whatever, 2 weeks later, they get back to me. They're like, hey, like I want to fly you out for a job interview. So I was like, all right, free trip to Vegas. I'm 21. Let's do it. So I fly out to Vegas, do the interview. The interview was pretty much, or the audition, I guess, was pretty much I
The casting couch?
kind of casting, like a casting stage, right? So there's a lady manager. I go up on stage, they put some music on, I fucking shake my balls a little bit, and they're like, wow, you're doing great. So I'm like, all right, no problem. I think it went well. They invite me, they tell me come back tonight so I can watch how the actual show goes. And the shows, it's just, I'm sure you've seen clips, you know how it is. You're probably very interested in it. I know your style. Right? No.
I've never seen it. I've been there before. I tell you the story though, but I have been there. I'll tell you the story for finish.
Okay, so I do the interview, and another 2 weeks goes by, and they're like, "Hey, like you got the job, like you should move out here and commit to it," you know. But it wasn't enough money for me to move all the way across the world.
Can you say how much? How much?
Oh yeah, they offered me 80,000, but they said I can make another 100 with
smashing old ladies.
Pretty much that, or taking extra pictures and stuff. But 80K, and I would only work. I work 6 days a week, 2 hours a day.
For 80K or what? A month?
No, 80K a year. Not.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. All the way across the country, but you only work 2 hours a day. It's 9 to 11, 6 days a week you worked. And
but in Vegas, 80K a year. That's you can get a good.
You could get a crib in Henderson for like 300 grand. That's like next level.
And if you have like other gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah, you had time to create other businesses and stuff.
The time I went there, I was working with Tyson Beckford. You know him?
I know the name, yeah.
Okay, I was working with him. We were doing some type of promotion. I can't remember what we was doing for something. And he said we was going to go out on a night out. Mm-hmm. And he said, "Hey, let me make a stop. I'm gonna get us some girls." And you know, Tyson Beckford, he's a model. I think, oh man, we gonna get some you know, saying some tens, some top tier women.
Yeah.
He had the driver stop by Chippendales, and I was like, Tyson, this is a dude strip club. Yeah. He said, "No, man, come on in. Just wait at the bar. Trust me, I'm gonna get us some women." And I said, "Oh, okay. I see what you're thinking. I see what you're thinking." So I'm go there, and I walk up to and I go to the bartender. He knew who I was right away. Rampage Jackson, what are you doing here? I was like, "Oh my god!" I said, "Man, Tyson Beckford brought me here, man. He said go get some girls and stuff like that." And I was with a couple other people. And anyway, this asshole get up on stage. He gets up on stage. He does his dance and shit. I'm up there drinking, and a couple of guys looking. I refuse to even look around the curtain. I said, I want to go to my grave not seeing some naked man up on stage.
Yeah.
Do you guys get naked all the way?
They put cock socks on. So they're butt ass naked, but they got a little sock on there. You know what I mean?
Damn. So I'm glad I didn't look. So I'm up there drinking, and sure enough, he pulled like 3 or 4 girls out of there. It was a little bit.
Oh, so it worked.
It worked. They was a little bit older. One of them was okay, but all of them wanted him. But it worked. He pulled some girls.
So he got 4. How many did you get?
I got 0. I had to get girls at the club when we went to the club.
The Spearmint Rhino or XS?
No, XS.
Crazy Horse?
No. We went to the nightclub. We didn't go to that club to get girls to go to the strip club. But he did get girls out of there. So that's my only time ever going to Chippendales.
I can't imagine seeing you at Chippendales. I'd lose my mind.
Bro, I was right there at the bar.
You on stage and then you swing your thing around. I'm not watching that.
No, I wouldn't have.
How long did you have to stay on stage for?
I didn't go on stage.
I'm just making sure.
I was at the bar outside. You know how it looked, right? You've been there.
Yeah.
It's a bar outside, but you can't see nothing at that bar. I guess some guys do go there and wait for that.
They definitely after they get off stage, they'll go to the bar, act like they're having a drink, and get the business.
Did you? So for you to get that job offer, how many old ladies did you have to smash?
Well, none. But I think there were the stipulations was like, if you join us, the team, you'll get old ladies. So I didn't make it that far. They're pretty much like, listen, what we do is after we
secrets of Chippendale.
After we dance, we go to the bar, that same bar, and we just talk with everybody, and it's mainly like bridesmaids or whatever. So they
want to see your abs, and you want to show them what a chokehold looks like.
Bro, sugar mamas. It'd be sugar mamas in there too.
Most
That'd be great, huh?
Yeah, I need me a good sugar mama.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Yeah, you need a sugar.
I'm 45 now, and when I was younger, I like older women. So now it's kind of hard for me to like older women. So now I like
because older older
could be like they're gonna be like 45 or 50.
That's too old for you, right?
That's too old for me. So now I gotta like younger women.
You need like a 25-year-old girl from like Barbados or something that just wants to like travel the world with you. I could see you in Barbados.
Man, I was talking to a 21-year-old girl, and she just like I just couldn't deal with it.
That's too young.
Yeah,
I can't talk. Like I'm not like my.
Where
am I going? So my style of relationship, I'm not much of a talker, bro. I'm a doer.
You just smash.
You just smash. Yeah.
See,
I got shit to do.
I could see you like, oh, come here, girl. I'm gonna show you what this triangle choke looks like in bed.
So guys like you, good looking guys. You can say anything, any pickup line, and you just get them there.
Bro, most of the time I just eye contact for 4 seconds or so, and I can do what I want.
What'd you say?
Eye contact.
What?
You got green eyes. You're good.
He said I already have my game plan. Eye contact.
Yeah,
So
I'm handsome enough. I don't have to do talking.
See, look, that's the other side. That's the other side of us regular guys. We don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I can't do that, dog.
No?
I just dropped 20 pounds. Before this, I was shaped like a Willy Wonka chocolate bar, dog.
Yeah, me too.
I had to talk.
Dude, couple of
We
months
just
ago,
started
I was
getting in shape.
You were thick. You were thick. Yeah.
like, I was like 290 before I started.
Ooh.
started
Oh,
getting
bro,
shape.
he was
That's
big.
Yeah.
He was so big.
I look like James Toney, the boxer.
He was a big boy. And now he's back in fighting weight.
Yeah. Damn.
I get scared making jokes around him again. Before, when he was big, I was like, oh, I could outrun him.
Yeah.
And now that he's in shape again and he's throwing hands with coach, I'm like, I ain't joking with you no more.
Yeah, he trying to turn me into a model.
What was your best fighting weight?
My best fighting weight when I was walking around like weighing 215, and then I would cut down to 205, and the night of the fight I'd be weighing like 211,
Oh yeah.
213 around there.
That's pretty good. My little brother right now, he's cutting from like 195 to 170. It is not fun. He's pretty lean as it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's too light.
Yeah.
That's when you walk around at that weight, but you're not tall enough to hold it. I feel like you can't really kill that water weight that fast, and now you're just hurting your body. That's super unhealthy.
Is he gonna do MMA or just strictly jiu-jitsu?
Just jiu-jitsu, man. I mean,
He a pretty boy too.
yeah, he's handsome. Yeah, he's almost like 6 foot and some change, and yeah, he's good. He's real good at grappling, bro.
He's
Very
good.
exceptional.
I think him and his brother are really nasty. Listen, my last question for you. I know we got to go. I know you got a flight to catch, and I appreciate you making the drive. Like I said, much love. Who are your top? Who, not yours, but who do you think is the top 3? And don't include yourself. Besides you, top 3 grapplers, jiu-jitsu athletes in the world right now.
Yeah, I mean, top guys got it. Gordon's definitely up there. And as far as like people that I watch, I really enjoy watching the Rotolo brothers, just because they have a very unique style. They're always bobbing and weaving and movement. Like I have a very movement based game, and they're very entertaining to watch. And I would say I say probably 3 is like Craig Jones. Craig Jones has a very interesting style. It's quite unique compared to all other jiu-jitsu athletes. So, Gordon's up there, the Rotolo brothers, and then Mr. Jones.
Yeah, I like that. I would love to see what you guys could do at Rampage. All honesty, I'm not joking around. I think if you train with these guys for a month or 2, got all your everything sharpened up a little bit, I think that you could get a super fight in no time.
I'm actually down. I'm actually down to do that. I've been thinking about it once I retire from MMA. I think jiu-jitsu would be an easier transition for me to train.
It's easier on the body.
Yeah, easier on my knees and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because my knees are kind of shot.
I love it.
All right, thank you. Hey, thank you for joining us,
Hey,
brother.
nice meeting you, boss.
Hey,
Much
Nicky,
respect.
once again, much respect, and I love everything you and the B team and everybody got going on. Shout out to Gordon Ryan, shout out to Rotolos, Bouchesh, and everybody else who's out here being an elite athlete. I think that what you guys and what's going on in the jiu-jitsu world right now, I'm a fan. I love it. I love watching it. I think the MMA community enjoys it as well.
So it's safe to say that the pretty boys are taking over jiu-jitsu.
I think we did take over. Yep.
Yeah, well.
And don't forget, everybody, 20% off chain sacks, JAXXON.com. Real gold made in Italy. You got to get 2. It's better than 1.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us to this episode of Fade On Site with my boy. Come on, say it for us.
My name's Nicky Rod.
And what you want to tell them? What you want
Just to tell them anything?
yeah, tell
Yes.
them.
All right.
It's all about you.
All right, check out B Team Jiu-Jitsu on YouTube. You guys can check out my Instagram, NickyRod247. And, we got sick merch and sick content. Be a part of the B Team gang.
Man, thank you. How did you feel about the
Absolutely excellent. These 2 flavors were great. I like a little fizzy when I'm getting after it. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you liked it. My favorite flavor is not here yet. It's in the refrigerator. It's not cold yet. But I like these.
How much caffeine you got in here?
It's all natural caffeine, so I'm not sure, but these are the most natural, healthiest drinks ever. It's for it got a lot of good stuff in there, brother. It's real healthy, no sugar. It's real shit.
I know, but
I feel like I'm getting a sample right now at Costco. It's as informative of a.
Yeah,
It's good. Don't worry about it.
It's like a ginseng, BCAAs, like ginkgo biloba. This shit is healthy shit. You didn't notice that?
No, I did, but I just didn't think you were this in tune with the product. I love it.
No, yeah,
You're
man.
pretty
'cause-
knowledgeable.
Yeah, because I love this stuff. I drink one every day.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like I haven't put on any weight from it or nothing.
Nah, you look good.
It's real. What they say in here is real.
Yeah.
I love it. Boys, thanks for watching. JAXXON.com, JAXXON Podcast, Rampage Jackson, Nicky Rod. It's another episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
See you guys.